Hello everyone, greetings of the day. Dear authors and invited guests, welcome to the technical session 10C. Myself Prashi and I'll be your session moderator. On behalf of the Global Knowledge Research Foundation and GR Scholastics LLP, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to the 10th International Congress on Information and Communication Technology ICICT 2025, London, United Kingdom. The 10th edition of this conference is being organized in a hybrid mode. The physical event was held the day before yesterday in London, United Kingdom, and the virtual event is being held through Zoom from 19th to 21st of February 2025. I hope you will enjoy the knowledgeable and interactive session through the day. In this session, we have six presentations. Each presenter will be given 12 minutes for the presentation and 3 minutes for the question and answer round. On the 10th minute, I will be raising a gentle reminder. There is another request to all the participants that you all have to stay connected with us till the closing remarks. If you have any queries or any update, you can write it to me in the chat box given below. Just before we start our session, I would like to introduce you all to our session chair for this session. Dr. Gurdal Ertek. Dr. Ertek is an associate professor at the College of Business and Economics, United Arab Emirates University, UAE. His 50-plus academic publications span over a range of fields covering business administration, management science, industrial engineering, computer science, and mechanical engineering. His sectors of interest include information technology, logistics, finance, retail, manufacturing, automotive, and wind energy. We welcome you to this session, sir. Would you like to say a few
Thank you
words
so much.
before we start?
Thank you so much, and thank you for the presenters for being here on time.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to introduce you all to our next session chair, Dr. Vijay Singh Rathore. Dr. Vijay Singh Rathore is a professor, CSC and Director Outreach of Jaipur Engineering College and Research Centre, India and Secretary ACM Jaipur Chapter and past Chairman CSI Jaipur Chapter having teaching experience of 20 plus years. His core research areas include Internet security, cloud computing, big data and IoT. He has organized and participated 25 plus national and international conferences of repute. We welcome you to the session, sir.
Thank you so much. Good evening to one and all. I give my best wishes to all.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, without wasting any time, I would like to call upon our first presenter of this session. Our first presenter is Miriam Basim El Najjar, presenting a paper on the title Analysis of a Reconfigurable Frequency Selective Surface (FSS) using Light Dependent Resistor (LDR). If you are available with us, I request you to kindly take over with your presentation, please. Ma'am Miriam Basim.
I sent to share my presentation.
Yes, you can share. Now I have stopped sharing, ma'am. You'll be able to share it.
Hello everyone. I'm Mariam Basim Ayoub. Sorry, you can't see my presentation.
Yes, we can see your presentation, ma'am.
Thank you. I am Mariam Basim from Iraq. I am master student in University of Ninawa Department of Communication Engineering. My paper is about analysis of reconfigurable frequency selective surface (FSS) using light dependent resistor (LDR). This paper is presented by me and my supervisor. Me and my supervisor, Prof. Khalil Hassan Saeed Marai. Frequency selective surfaces are certain pattern of conducting printed on thin dielectric plate to produce frequency selective reflection and transmission of incident electric wave. They have found a wide range of application, such as enhancing the performance of the antenna absorber, radomes used for shielding as in microwave ovens, protection of sensitive device and circuits. It's desirable to switch the frequency of band pass or the reject band of the FSS without changing the FSS. Thus, reconfigurable FSS was proposed and developed to meet various design or operation requirements. Electric devices whose electric properties can be changed electrically have been implemented in FSS designed to offer the wanted reconfigurability. Electric devices, we mean them by pin diode, varactor diode, LDR, MEMS, and etc. Liquid crystal. The electric device is used either to change the length of the certain element or to open circuit, short circuit, a loop in the FSS. As the resonant frequency is dependent on the length of the conducting element or a loop, then the frequency of the operation of the FSS can be accordingly controlled. So we can control the resonant frequency depending on the element we use it. So this contribution, or we can say our contribution, is presented a reconfigurable FSS, where the unit cell has the form of split squaring with single LDR placed at the gap of the ring. The incident light changed the resistance of the LDR from a high value to small value, thus the square ring is transformed from the state of the split ring to closed ring. We can see this in the results. Okay, analysis of single split ring using LDR. The dimensions were chosen, such as cell size to be 40 millimeter with FR4 substrate of 1.6 millimeter thickness, and ring with copper with 0.035 millimeter thickness, ring side length 29 millimeter, ring with 1.4 millimeter, and with a gap 2 millimeter. We can see our simulation structure in the figure 1. To explore the behavior of the FSS unit cell to various light intensity, various value for resistance we tested to present both light and dark condition. We set various light intensity by adding a different value of the resistance, so we get the results such as we can see from the figure 2. The magnitude of the reflection coefficient S21 and magnitude of reflection coefficient S11 and magnitude of the transmission coefficient S21 for typical value of the LTR at dark condition of the FSS. The results show two stop bands at 1.05 GHz and 3.168 GHz as marked by minimum value of S21 and almost unity value of S11. It can be observed that as the resistance value increases, the performance of the FSS slightly improves. The increasing in the dark resistance means better rejection at stop bands. This limit are achieved at open circuit or effectively are bigger than 100 kilo ohm. The frequencies of the two stop bands were seen to be unaffected by the value of the dark resistance. We can see the details in the table 1. We can here show that different value of the LDR giving two bands. First band is close to 1.05 and another band is at 3.168 with their S11 and S21. In light condition, the light condition results are shown in figure 3. Okay, in the simulation of the for light condition, small resistance value were used less than 1 kilo ohm. Zero resistance was presented by 10 to the power. We use 10 to the power of 12 rather than 0 resistance, because in CST simulation it's not possible to set all value of RLC to 0. The details obtained results are shown in the figure. You can see it, which display the reflection coefficient and transmission coefficient also, variation frequency. We can see that the resonant frequency slightly increased when R equal 10 power 12. The transmission coefficient equal to minus 34 dB, indicating 98% of wave is prevented from passing through the FSS structure at the frequency of 2.43. On the other hand, when the resistance increased to 100, the transmission coefficient equal to minus 11, which indicates 73% of wave is prevented from passing through the FSS structure at frequency of 3.11 gigahertz. This meaning that less shielding of wave at the stop frequency when the resistance value increasing. We can see the details here. We can see as the resistance value increasing, the frequency also here increased from 2.4 to 3.1, and also here we can see that the transmission coefficient is decreased from minus 3.6 34.6 to 11 minus 11.2. Okay, we do the comparison between the minimum value and between the different value of the LDR resistance. We can see that here we can see that the FSS structure converted or transported between transparent surface and reflected surface. We can see that when R equal to 100 kilo ohm dark condition, the FSS surface acts as band stop for two bands. First band is near to 1 gigahertz, and second band is near to 2 gigahertz with bandwidth of on the other hand, we can see when R equal to 100 ohm, the FSS surface function as stop band special filter with range of 2.23 to 2.7. We can in the summary we can see the details in the table 3. Reconfigurable for GPS and 5G. We adjust our dimension to get the our result at the GPS and 5G frequency. The analysis in the previous section was designed as FSS that offer reconfiguration between GPS band and 5G communication. So we reduce the dimension from 29 millimeter to 25 millimeter. So from the results, we can invented that when the side length was decreased from 29 to 25, the frequencies of the two bands increased. Here we can see that, you can see from the table that when the first band is at 1.22 and second band is at 3.7. At 22 at mid kilo ohm, we see that FSS work as transparent, and then in other case, work as a reflector. In conclusion, we can say that a new RFS is proposed which incorporated the LDR as an active element to reconfigure the FSS structure. The novelty of this active element type is that there is no need for biasing source and conducting wires. Frequency reconfigurability can be easily achieved, and the FSS will switch dependent on the light intensity in the absence of the light. The FSS structure functions as high resistance and open circuit, while when light is incident offers a small resistor approaching a short circuit. Under dark condition, the FSS surface acts as reflector or stop filter at 1.05 and 3.17. In contrast, when the LDR is in light condition, low resistance, the FSS transfers to bandpass surface at first band and another bandpass state, but with attenuation minus 5 dB transmission coefficient. At the same time, in light conditions, the FSS surface accepts a stop band at 2.45 GHz. When the ring side length was decreased from 29 millimeter to 25, the frequency increased. When R equal 100 kilo ohm, the FSS function as reflector at 1.2 and 3.7, and when R equal 100 ohm, the FSS acts as transparent surface with some attenuation at the same frequency bands. The LDR can offer similar performance to pin diode, while at sorry.
Yeah, please carry on. You may carry on,
Sorry.
please.
Okay, most LDR are made sensitive to the visible light. However, LDR and lead can be easily matched with respect to the wavelength. Lead inductance and proximity capacitance can be affected the upper frequency of the operation, as the case in the pin diodes. The placement of the LDR at the gap would be easier than that for pin diode. This is because that LDR doesn't need the biasing wire. For future work, we suggest that investigating double square ring FSS with adding LDRs to the both ring and examine the effect of the various LDR value on the FSS performance. Another suggestion is investigating double-sided FSS by adding LDRs in both sides and exploring their effect on the frequency properties. Thank you for your listening. And if you have any question.
Thank you
Yeah,
for
Mariam,
yes,
can
sir.
you
Yeah.
hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So it was a very nice presentation. Congratulations to you for the same, and the work also seems good. So can you tell me, like, is it a part of some project work, or you are some research work, or this is simply writing the paper? What is the
Sorry, so I didn't hear the question. Sorry.
okay, fine. So this research paper is an outcome of some project work.
It's outcome of what? Sorry.
Any project you are working upon?
Yeah, it's my dissertation. It's part of my
Dissertation.
dissertation.
Okay. So now you are at the completion of your dissertation.
Yeah, it's part. It's my chapter 4. It's a new novelty.
Okay, fine. So you must have gone some literature review also.
At literature review.
Yeah. So can you tell me, like, are your results comparable with the existing research also? And as compared to the existing research, are they better or like similar?
It's better from the other research because I think it's the second time the LDR is using with FSS. First time was as LDR resistance affected by the atmosphere, but with our research is by the light electrically. we can say that. It doesn't need any biasing wire, so this is making it most easier to add it to the FSR than pin diode or other. In my dissertation, I compared it with the result with pin diode. I see there's different in the result, but it's okay. Sorry.
Okay, fine. So thank you so much. Good.
Welcome. Sorry.
Thank you,
Any
sir. Do we have any questions from Professor Eric?
Yeah, I have a question also. So the contribution of this research is basically enabling adaptive frequency control in electromagnetic structures, right?
Yeah, right.
What is the like practical benefit, let's say, for example, in for people or for companies using these electronic devices? What are the practical benefits?
You mean this FSS structure or only the LDR?
Both of them actually, both FSS structure and especially using LDR for FSS structures. What are the benefits compared to the existing methods?
This design is designed for shielding. Okay, we need to shield, for example, 5G communication or GPS. Adding this structure to the build, like for example, for the examination room. Okay, it's easier to add this. Squaring is easier to design. LDR also is as I mentioned before, it doesn't need any biasing. It's not difficult to add to the FSS like pin diode. She doesn't need, for example, DC circuit or biasing wire. So this make it easier to add it to the FSS rather than pin diode, varictor diode, and other electrical device. So this make it is more effective.
So I just understood adding this squaring structure is easier compared to other methods, and LDR is easy to add, and it's better than
Yeah.
pin iodes, or I guess it's also better than MEMS switches. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Better than
compare it
MEMS.
only with pin diode in my dissertation.
Okay. So it's a future research possibility to compare this novel approach with MEMS switches. Am I right?
You suggest that?
Yeah, that's a future research. Am I right? To test whether it's also better than MEMS or not. It's a future research, right?
Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much. Great work, really.
Welcome.
Novel ideas.
Thank you so much for your presentation. Now I would
Welcome.
like to call upon our next presenter for this session, Abdioleh Sere, presenting a paper on the title Data Search in Smart GIS Database using MapReduce Pattern and Bayesian Probability. If you are available with us, I request you to kindly take over with your presentation, please. Ms. Sere? Mr. Sere? Okay. I don't see him available over here with us right now. So we'll jump on to the next presenter for the session. Our next presenter is Denis Vaziliri, presenting a paper on the title Nature-Based Solutions and Smart Cities. If you are available with us, I request you to kindly take over with your presentation, please. Sir Denis.
Hello, do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I have two presentations. So which of them do I have to present right now?
I'll just show it to you 1 second.
Nature-based
The
solutions.
nature-based solutions
Okay.
and smart cities.
Great. Yep. So wait a minute. I will open it. So now I need to share it. Wait a minute. Okay, do you see the presentation?
Yes, sir, we can see your presentation. The full screen I
Okay,
can see
great.
right now. Yes.
Great. So today we're going to talk about nature-based solutions and smart cities. So in general, urbanization represents a great problem, and more than a half of population right now is already living in cities. But in future, we'll have almost three-fourths of our population in urban areas, and this is associated with biodiversity loss, with health issues, and with many other problems. So the general idea is that to improve the situation and to make sure that people live decent lives in cities, there is a solution one of the solution is smart cities. And this is, of course, the idea of integration of technology to facilitate the processes and to make them the most effective. The other idea here is nature-based solutions. So these solutions are actually allowing to find the right balance between social and environmental benefits, and simultaneously actually deliver benefits to the society and biodiversity. So the idea is, how do we actually integrate this? Because in general, both of them are important, and both of them can play a significant role in improvement of quality of citizen life. But how do we actually find the integration? So generally, benefits that can be achieved by integrating green spaces into the city include mental and physical health, air and water purification, also cooling down the cities. Today it's very important because of the climate change, and in many cities actually heating is overheating is a big problem. And it leads to reduced mobility and to health risks and so on. And another one is disaster risk reduction. Again, we all know about disasters related to climate change, such as significant floods, which can actually wash off the whole cities like it was in Spain this summer. So how do we integrate this? There are multiple opportunities. One of them includes integration of both technological solutions and green solutions with mobility networks. So greening the roads with trees and shrubs actually has proven benefits, and it also can be integrated with, for example, electric vehicles. We can also deliver a larger scale green corridors, such as one in Oslo that represents so-called green fingers, which goes from the city center and radiates across the actually multiple districts. Another opportunity is to integrate the green spaces into offices, and there are multiple opportunities here. So these are the workspaces. They can be interior gardens. This can be green roofs and walls, as well as green parking. And similarly, real estate, again, can benefit from integration of the green spaces. The other opportunity is also to integrate smart energy solutions, such as, for example, solar batteries on the roofs with green spaces. And finally, we also can integrate technological and green solutions with water management, because actually green infrastructure and nature-based solutions are particularly well known for benefits that they deliver in terms of managing flooding and rainfall water and other like city water solutions. So what can be the role of technology in integration of nature-based solutions into cityscape? So first of all, they need management, and the integration of the Internet of Things can be a particularly important idea here. So, for example, we can measure the moisture in the soils, and this way optimize the watering of the green spaces. Also, there is a big issue in terms of actually finding the solution to multiple conflicting interests. And today there is a big problem that green spaces in cities are generally reduced because of the competition for space and because of the idea of building houses in a more concentrated way to save energy. So again, machine learning and multi-objective optimization can help here to find the solutions. Finally, because we don't actually know what's going on to what is going to happen with the changes in the climatic situation, we can develop scenarios, and these scenarios can be also developed with the help of digital twin models. So actually, we can create the digital cities and play different possible scenarios. And finally, the management of the green spaces is in fact a big space of expenses, and therefore it can be automated using robotics and general automation. So for development and maintenance of the spaces. So to make this all work, we actually need a holistic approach. So we need to see the cities as social, economical, and ecological and technological systems at the same time. Because if these things are planned separately, they will not actually deliver the above mentioned benefits. And for this purpose, of course, there is the need for collaboration between urban planners, landscape designers, landscape ecologists, geologists, engineers, IT specialists, and even public health specialists. So this is important. Finally, it is important to consider multiple scales because actually, for example, regional changes in climate or economy can affect the actually vitality of the nature-based solution. So it is essential to take a broader approach and consider the context. For example, many species are moving because of the climate change, and the species composition can change, and this can affect also the design of the system of nature-based solutions, actually. And finally, we also need to consider how to govern these systems. So here we need multi-stakeholder collaboration, which again can benefit from application of technology and adaptive management approach. This can be facilitated by agile project management. And given the complexity and uncertainty of these systems, we also can greatly benefit from application of AI here. And this can also assist decision making in policymakers. And again, the digital communications can be very important here to ensure the buy-in from the broader public. And finally, we also need to consider actually the opportunities to gather as much information as possible. So this can be achieved through horizon scanning, but this involves work with big data. And actually, again, here, the technological solutions and the AI solutions can be particularly important. So that's actually it for this presentation. So thank you for your attention.
Dr. Dennis,
Yes.
such a beautiful, nice presentation. You have taken very nice pictures also while presenting the paper. So very nice.
Thank you.
But as far as like when we talk about the research papers, there must be some some study of the literature and some comparisons or some experiments. So I think that was missing in the paper. So have
Oh,
you
yeah.
also been able to do some project on this particular any of these ideas?
Yeah, obviously, but this paper is actually applying the conceptual research methodology. So we
Okay,
were
okay.
focusing on integration of the disciplines that are currently not studied together. So the
Yes, yes,
idea
yes.
is that, so basically, and the description of the methodology is, of course, in my paper. So I just didn't want to make it boring.
So this paper is giving very good ideas, like in what areas we can work and what we can do. So it's a very nice thing. Like if some researchers can see this paper, they can get good ideas to do their research better or initiate their new researches. So that's
Yes.
how it is a very nice paper. And thank you
Yes.
so much for that.
Great, thank you.
Thank you very much for introducing us to this important concept, Dr. Vasiliev. I was wondering which cities in the world do you believe could be really good examples for other cities? For example, I'm in the UAE and it's quite hot in here. And of course, they could, even though there are a lot of greenery, there's a lot of also electricity consumption. So, for example, which cities in the world, for example, could Dubai or Abu Dhabi or even the cities in this region could take as benchmark and take as world-class best examples? Which cities would you recommend?
Yeah, actually, among the best examples are, of course, as you mentioned, Dubai. But in addition to that, of course, we have actually most studies come from the north, and we have Oslo here in the region where I live. It's one of the best examples. There are also cities in Sweden. Right now, I even can't remember the name, but actually, they have the cities that are designed as a holistic system. So in that case, both water regulation and green infrastructure and gray infrastructure are very much integrated, and they are designed at the level of the city. So it's not just like patches of greenery somewhere which are not connected to each other and have little influence on the overall condition in the city. So this is a great example. Another interesting example is or can be found in New York. So not the whole city, of course, but there are places where it was found that application of the green spaces greatly reduces the influence of climate change. So basically, there are multiple examples, but unfortunately, most of them usually come from the northern or Western Europe or the US. So probably, as you mentioned, United Arab Emirates, they of course are a great example, but more examples probably will follow because the urbanization is very fast in the region.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to call upon our next presenter. Our next presenter is Sir Victor Izagalo, presenting a paper on the title Semi-Supervised Learning Based Image Sequence Segmentation Using Recurrent Autoencoder. Sir, I request you to kindly take over the presentation.
Включать, да? Да. Убедитесь, что спросите, я слышу, что я не вас. Вот это вот сначала, да? Нет, презентацию. Ну вот это же. Да. Стоп, да. Презентация. Вот это? Нет. У вас презентация вот там выше. Ну вот. Вот оно. Все нормально. Так, сейчас. Thank you. May I begin?
Yes, sir, please.
Yes. We represent the report Semi-Supervised Learning Based Image Sequence Segmentation using Recurrent Autoencoder.
Sir, we cannot see your presentation right now. Your screen, you need to share your screen, sir.
Вот, не нажали, походу. Попробуйте зайти еще раз в Zoom, где там правее. Так, 1 minute, so. Вот это вот ваша презентация, поделиться. Dear colleagues, do you see the presentation? Have you seen the presentation?
Yes,
Yes,
sir,
yes.
we can see your introduction page. Yes, sir.
May I begin?
Yes, please.
Yeah, thank you. Modern deep learning-based image segmentation methods demonstrate outstanding results in medicine, robotics, and autonomous systems. Efficient training of such models requires a large amount of labeled data, which is expensive and time-consuming, especially in fields like medicine. Developing segmentation methods that can work with a limited amount of labeled data is highly relevant. The proposed model is designed to handle image sequences where not all frames are labeled. Traditional supervised learning methods require full labeling of full input data, which is challenging in real-world applications such as medical imaging. In sequential image segmentation, it is crucial the relationships between frames with standard approaches neglect by processing each frame independently. This is particularly important for medical tasks. Abnormalities can evolve over time, such as defects in echocardiographic images. Using data with unlabeled frames requires effectively utilize both labeled and unlabeled. Defects in echocardiographic images. Using data with unlabeled frames requires methods that effectively utilize both labeled and unlabeled images, a characteristic of semi-supervised learning (SSL). The proposed model combines the capabilities of semi-supervised learning and temporal dependency processing in image sequences to address the challenge of segmentation with incomplete labeling. Modern deep learning-based image segmentation methods demonstrate outstanding results in medicine.
So if you're changing the slides, we're not able to see the changing slides. Yes.
The data set consists of 668 cardiac images with abnormalities, vegetation and abscesses, and 632 normal images, totaling 1,300 samples. The images were captured in parasternal and apical projections from 17 echocardiograms in DICOM format. The data was provided by the Heart Institute of the Ministry of Health of Ukraine using the VIVIDS70 10096 device. Annotation was conducted by a specialist with over 10 years of experience. Original images were 300 a day by 1016 pixels with 3 RGB channels, but were converted to 512 by 512 pixel single channel grayscale images, focusing on a fixed target area. Preprocessing included cropping, normalization, and contrast enhancement. No data augmentation was applied since all images were taken from the same angles and under consistent conditions. Problem statement. The task is to segment input image I represent as a two-dimensional array of pixel intensities with a one-channel grayscale. The objective is to partition the image into meaningful regions by assigning its pixel to one of two classes: the abnormal area of the heart valve or the background. This is achieved through a mapping F, where M is the segmentation mask labeling each pixel with its corresponding class index. Modern approaches in image segmentation. First of all, convolution neural networks, CNN. CNN have been foundational for image segmentation. The next, fully convolution network, FCN, introduced replacing fully connected layers with convolutional layers to preserve spatial information. UNet, extending FCN with skip connections, combining low-level and high-level features in an encoder-decoder framework. Deep Lab series, advanced segmentation using A-truth convolutions to expand receptive field without losing resolution and spatial pyramid pooling in a multi-scale context. Transformer-based architectures leverage self-attention mechanism to mode global dependencies. Vision Transformer Suite treat images as a sequence of patches capturing global context more effectively than traditional CNN. Detection Transformers, DETR, uses transformers for end-to-end objective detection and segmentation, removing the need for post-processing. CETR, Segmentation Transformer, utilizes transformers as encoders and decoders to direct mass prediction with high spatial fidelity. Hybrid architectures combine CNN efficiency in extracting local features with transformers' ability to capture global context. Swing Transformer integrates hierarchical feature extraction with self-attention, showing the potential of hybrid models to balance local and global feature representation to improve segmentation performance. Continue. Consistency regularization ensures consistent predictors for the same input under various perturbation, e.g. noise augmentations. Techniques like MinTeacher use a teacher-student framework for stable predictions, while CutMix and ICT enhance robustness by perturbing inputs. Pseudo-labeling generates artificial labels for unlabeled data using the model's predictions, treating high confidence predictions as ground truth. Self-training iteratively updates the model with its own predictors to improve performance. Entropy minimization encourages confident predictions on unlabeled data by minimizing entropy in class probability. This sharpens decision boundaries and reduces uncertainty, particularly useful for pixel-level segmentation. Contrastive learning learns discriminative representations by comparing similar and dissimilar samples, and segmentation positive pairs, same origins, are brought closer, and negative pairs, different regions, are separated in the feature space. PCA is an effective example. Autoencoder-based methods use unsupervised representation learning to extract features from unlabeled data. An encoder compresses the image into a latent space, and a decoder reconstructs it. VAE and conditional autoencoders are used for hybrid SSL approaches. Hybrid approaches combine multiple strategies, e.g. consistency, regularization, and pseudo-labeling to leverage their strengths. Adding contrastive losses enhances feature discrimination, making hybrid methods effective for complex segmentation tasks. And now this slide is presented metrics used. The first mean intersection of a union.
in short way MIOU. The second, F1 score, dice score, balances precision and recall. F2 score emphasizes recall more than precision. The next, precision, proportion of correctly predicted pixels among all predicted pixels. The last, recall. General description of the developed approach. The method consists of several modules. The first module is a recurrent autoencoder trained on sequences of echocardiography frames. The number of frames per iteration is a parameter typically around 10. The dataset contains sets of 60 frames divided into 10s for training. Deep Lab v3 Plus architecture is used as an autoencoder with bottleneck due to its effectiveness on this dataset. Recurrent encoder, RAE, captures temporal structure in special features through encoding and decoding. We encode each existing frame as a bottleneck RAE vector and save the encoder row for the use in transforming new data, e.g. from a test or inference set.
Sorry to interrupt, sir. We have crossed the 10-minute mark. I request you to kindly wind up the presentation as soon as possible, please.
I need in not more than 5 minutes, if you can.
For sure, sir. I just request you to try to sum up as soon as possible.
Not more than 5 minutes. Continue.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Please
it's
continue.
okay. Please continue.
Thank you. Recurrent autoencoder. It includes an encoder and decoder, both utilize recurrent mechanism. Encoder extracts sequential feature map using Deep Lab v3+. Feature maps are treated as temporal sequences and pass through LSTM units, captures contextual dependencies between frames. The final hidden state serves as the latent representation. Decoder reconstructs segmentation masks from the latent representation, generates feature maps iteratively through recurrent decoding, combines reconstructed feature maps into the final segmentation masks. A recurrent autoencoder. A recurrent autoencoder, it includes an encoder and decoder both utilizing a recurrent mechanism. Encoder, decoder, and these functions. The next slide. A recurrent autoencoder is a scheme. Now, my model architecture, only one, the second step involves building the main segmentation model, which is also based on Deep Lab v3+. Algorithm for finding cluster centers of vector representation of images. Its operation is necessary that we must use the SSL training. Main model architecture. The model is trained on the entire data set, label and unlabel, updating only the decoder's parameters. Main model architecture for the solution of segmentation task. Results. The results of the developed approach of different ratios of the label sample for the different architecture. The results of your metric after segmentating an image with different distribution of the label sampled. Results once more. And conclusion. In this work, a method of semi-supervised learning was developed for the task of medical image segmentation. The developed method is based on a hybrid SSL approach. A recurrent autoencoder is used to create a vector representation of each image, each of which is then transferred to the main model bottleneck along with the neighboring frame within a single timeline. This method showed an average of 5% greater efficiency in terms of the IOU metric compared to the usual architecture of the segmentation model without SSL, and 3% greater efficiency than other segmentation approaches using SSL. This work opens up new prospects for working with image sequences that cannot be fully labeled. The developed learning methods eliminate the loss of efficiency of segmentation models in complex conditions where the issue of filtering out the unlabeled part of the sample error. That's all. Thank you for attention.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Professor. It was a very nice presentation. Thank you so much. So you shown some results.
Please repeat once.
Yeah. So have you done any comparative analysis of the results also with the existing research outcomes?
I don't understand you,
I
unfortunately.
think so have you done any comparative analysis of your results with the existing research outcomes?
Yes. We have done analysis of different approach to this problem. It's very important problem for disease of the heart, infectious endocarditis. It's a damage of the heart damage due to the vegetation, and vegetation is very dangerous. It's very dangerous for the persons, for patients with problems with heart. Yes, thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Dr. Victor, yeah, this is a very valuable work that improves computer vision in medical imaging, and it's a quite innovative and detailed approach. Congratulations to you and your team. And I think 3 to 5% improvement is quite good. So congratulations and thank you for introducing us to this interesting field. This is not my area at all, but I really can appreciate the value of your research. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now we will call upon our next presenter for the session. Our next presenter is Paul James L. Perez, presenting a paper titled Share, a web-based system for hair donation to cancer patients. Sir, I request you to kindly take over with your presentation, please. Mr. James, yes. Your mic is on mute, sir.
Good day, everyone. Hello, and thank you so much for having me here. I'm your speaker, Paul James Perez from Mapua University, Makati, Philippines. Today, I will be presenting our research paper titled Share, a web-based system for hair donation to cancer patients. This system is designed to empower individuals to donate their hair to help cancer patients who need of wigs, ultimately contributing the cancer community's recovery process. The internet has significantly changed the way people contribute to causes, with websites like GoFundMe enabling individuals and organizations to reach larger audiences for assistance. Studies have shown that 56% of individuals are more inclined to donate online rather than through traditional methods. This rise in online contributions has played a crucial role in shaping the way communities adapt to digital trends and technologies. As online donation communities and methods become more popular, there's a need for systems that cater to these trends, allowing for more effective and transparent charitable giving. Share is a web-based platform designed to connect individuals who are willing to donate their hair with cancer patients in need of wigs. It simplifies the process of both donors and recipients by offering a streamlined and user-friendly donation system. Here are the objectives of SHARE. First, we aim to create a system that facilitates hair donations specifically for cancer patients in need of wigs. Second, we assess user satisfaction through the System Usability Scale or XUS to ensure a positive experience for all users. Lastly, SHARE seeks to link donors with organizations in a way that is both accessible and efficient, ultimately supporting cancer patients' mental health and self-esteem. Cancer patients often face harsh side of hair loss as they undergo chemotherapy or radiation treatments. This condition severely impacts their mental health, emotional stability, and self-confidence. Losing hair is not just a physical change. It's seen by many as losing part of their identity. This can worsen psychological burdens, making it all more difficult for patients to cope. Additionally, many current hair donation methods are ineffective and inefficient. Different organizations have varied requirements and guidelines, making it confusing for donors. Some organizations do even track and communicate the number of donated hairs, leaving donors uncertain about the impact of their contributions. SHARE addresses these problems by providing a bridge between donors and organizations, making hair donations more efficient, transparent, and impactful. SHARE offers a variety of features that make the donation process smoother, easier registration for both donors and organizations, a verified list of partner organizations with clear guidelines, tools for managing and posting donation events, and robust content monitoring to ensure compliance and safety, ensuring transparency throughout the donation process. Here, we showcase SHARE's verified list of organizations. These include medical institutions like Makati Medical City, which accept hair donations as well as charity groups such as Bahay Aruga and the Philippine Cancer Society, which welcome hair and wig donations. We also collaborate with partner salons and barbershops like Aztec Urban Salon, where people can donate hair after getting a haircut. Our aim is to help donors find the right organization, providing verified options with clear guidelines so their contributions are meaningful. Furthermore, these are the different requirements organization may have when accepting their hair donations. These often include specific length ranges, the condition of the hair, and the overall hair health. For shared success, it is vital that partnered organizations meet specific criteria. The system ensures that all registered organizations are verified, and each follows national laws and standards. A verifiable badge indicates a organization's legitimacy. If an organization violates the system's rules or engages in malicious activity, such as cyber attacks or harmful links, administrators will intervene. The organization will be warned and, if necessary, terminated from the platform, ensuring user data is protected. During the planning process, we identified key stakeholders such as cancer organizations and donors. From there, we defined the system and user flow, compared it with existing systems, and outlined milestones and deliverables. This stage laid the foundation of a system that meets the needs of both donors and recipients. Users includes donors, admins, and organizations. Web-based system requirements encompasses front-end, back-end, applications, and hosting provider. For functional requirements, user authentication for secure login and registration, a donation submission system where donors can submit their hair donations according to the provided guidelines, organization verification to ensure only legitimate organizations listed, and a communication system to facilitate interaction between donors and organization. For non-functional requirements, usability, a simple and intuitive interface for users for all ages and technical backgrounds, and scalability, the system is designed to expand, enabling future collaborations with organizations worldwide. Now, let's discuss the methodology behind share. The system design includes a use case diagram that shows the interaction between donors, organization, and administrators. The main task of administrators is to maintain the system integrity, while donors and organization focus on the donation process. The system architecture diagram of share requires users to have the availability of internet to gain access to the web application. The front-end development utilizes HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. The back-end development deploys PHP and MySQL for the database. The slide shows Share's landing page where users can either log in and register their accounts. Here are the registration pages for both donors and organizations. Donors provide their personal and contact details, while organizations provide additional information such as their address and proof of legitimacy. On the home page, users can explore the platform's description, view the list of partner organizations, and read testimonials and other information. For organization, there is a dedicated information page that includes basic details, services, hair donation guidelines, and contact information. This slide shows how organization can manage and edit their page, ensuring the information is up to date and accurate. In order to gather feedback from users, we use Google Forms to conduct survey. We assess user satisfaction using system usability scale with an average score of 80.5, indicating excellent user experience. The result shows that Share is easy to use and provides a reliable donation process. Users express a high level of satisfaction with the system's transparency, accessibility, and overall functionality. Community impact. Share empowers cancer patients by giving them hope. Through hair donations, it creates a supportive community where donors can make a meaningful difference. Challenges addressed. Share addresses the lack of transparency and inefficiencies in traditional donation methods. Unlike traditional donation methods, Share streamlines the process of integrating technology. The comparison shows that the benefits of web-based system over traditional methods, including accessibility, ease of use, and real-time tracking. Platform enhancements. We plan to add multilingual support, allowing global donors to participate seamlessly. A chatbot feature will guide users through the donation process, and we aim to expand our global reach by collaborating with international cancer foundations and facilitating worldwide donations. Security upgrade, we will implement two-factor authentication for added account security. And charity partnership, we are exploring crowdfunding integration and social media tools. Share has simplifies the hair donation process by fostering partnership between organizations and raising awareness. By using the system usability scale, we have ensured the platform's effectiveness and user satisfaction, creating a meaningful impact on cancer patients. Moving forward, Share will continue expanding its reach and enhancing its platform based on user feedback. We aim to strengthen the collaborations with global partnerships, with global organizations and launch campaigns to further support cancer patients in need of fix. Together, we can make a lasting difference. Any question?
So it was a very nice presentation. Congratulations for the same. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So you show some that survey results. You did some survey. So and so in that survey, can you tell me like how many persons you taken the survey from, and in which category?
30.
30,
30
30,
responses.
30,
Yeah.
and they all
Yes.
were like they were students or some professors or some like employees. What were the like role of like, the profile of those surveyors?
They are cancer patients.
Okay, okay. Because your results are based on the survey only, and if you are taking survey from very limited persons, I think you can increase the like number of the person from whom you are taking the survey, and then you can make the diversity also. So that is the only suggestion. Otherwise, the work is good. Okay.
That is noted.
Okay, fine.
Thank you.
I also wanted to make a comment. Congratulations for this wonderful humane application of technology. It's very original. I never seen anything like this. I just was wondering, how widely is the system currently being used? Like, for example, how many donors and how many recipients are there currently using the system? Dr. Perez, I think you might be on mute.
It is
Dr.
only
Perez,
prototype.
yes, now we are hearing.
Yes.
Yes, I was just saying
Currently,
congratulations.
it's only in prototype. Yes.
What's that?
Currently in prototype.
I couldn't hear you.
So he's saying that it is currently in prototype.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now we will go on to our last presenter for the session. I would like to again welcome Sir Dennis. He's going to present us the second paper, paper titled "The Potential Role of Generative Artificial Intelligence in Fostering a Holistic Approach to Nature-Based Solution Implementation." Sir, we request you to kindly take over with your presentation, please.
Okay, great. Do you see my presentation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So, yeah, actually, we already discussed what are nature-based solutions in the first part, so I think doesn't make sense to repeat this. But in general, let's talk a little bit more about the idea of a holistic approach. So, it is very important to consider the landscape in both two-dimensional and three-dimensional perspective. And as I mentioned, it is important to consider both social ecological systems and socio-economic systems. So basically, it is important to focus on both human aspect and environmental aspect. And the last thing is, of course, the spatial context. So very often when nature-based solutions projects are implemented, the whole focus is on the local context, while it is important to consider broader landscape and even a regional context. And also one really important thing that comes up here is idea of geodiversity. So in general, most people think about biodiversity, which is an important aspect, of course, but very often we ignore the geodiversity, which is an important aspect that helps to conserve biodiversity as well and delivers many social benefits. So in fact, actually more geodiverse areas are capable of supporting both biodiversity and the people in terms of climate change adaptation, because there are many microclimates available in such landscapes, and they in fact served as climatic refugia during the actually previous climate changes. So now, how do we implement this, and why do we actually need some sort of implementation of Gen AI? So actually the larger landscape context and future climate change, they both require actually holistic and larger scale approach, which requires again analysis of large amounts of data, both in terms of spatial data and temporal data. We also need to consider land use change, because human economic activity actually affects the land use change as well, and other social economical processes. So taking this all together is not a trivial task. So therefore, it is very useful to implement machine learning and AI models here. So now, considering the other application, it is of course planning and design. So we know that due to climate change, species are actually changing their ranges, and we need to be able to forecast those changes. Also, I already mentioned that it is important to detect climatic refugia. It is important to implement spatial distribution of the species and predict how it would change. It is also another important consideration here is resource availability, which can again change in the context of land use change and actually climate change. So we need to implement scenario simulation, and it is again important to optimize the landscape pattern so that it could both accommodate conflicting interests of multiple stakeholders and would not compromise economic benefits, but at the same time would maintain biodiversity. So here we also need to implement multi-objective optimization. And we need to integrate multiple data sources that can be fragmented, can be collected at different points of time, at different scale. So again, all this requires machine learning and modeling in this area. So now, considering stakeholder management, this is another very important point here. So for success of implementation of the playground, the actually nature-based solutions, we actually need public support, and we need support from multiple different stakeholders. And Gen AI, of course, represents today a huge opportunities for that purpose. So we can use chatbots, email automation, social media automation, content generation can be easily actually achieved through application of Gen AI tools. And another thing that could be used here is identification of stakeholder relationships. So this can be, for example, using actually graph neural networks. Then we can also uncover influence patterns between the stakeholders, again, applying machine learning. And we could do the relationship scenario exploration, so potential changes in case we consider different scenarios of development of the nature-based solutions. The other important area where, again, we could implement AI and other machine learning tools. So this includes the monitoring. So once we implement the nature-based solutions, it's very important to maintain diversity inside the areas. So here we need to consider monitoring of landscape pattern change. So for example, someone can start cutting the forests or hunting in these areas, species composition change and monitoring, social process monitoring. So again, economic activity can change and this can influence our nature-based solutions territory. As already mentioned earlier, we could develop digital twins, use unmanned aerial vehicles. We can also apply this for climate change adaptation management and real-time monitoring for protection of the areas. And yeah, finally, a very important aspect is financial justification. So in fact, for implementation of nature-based solutions, it's quite important to secure both public support and funding. So here we could apply, again, actually multiple AI tools for cost-benefit analysis, ecosystem service value assessment. This is, again, very labor-intensive task. Financial modeling and prediction of potential green jobs and green economy, so integration of the nature-based solutions into the overall green economy model, and integrated approach to social, economic, and ecological value estimation. So again, this all actually involves analysis and integrated modeling of the different data sources, which may be not very compatible. So again, here actually we can do approaches available with different ML models that can greatly facilitate this process. Now, whether it is feasible today, so yes, actually feasibility improves all the time. In general, AI is democratized, and we have now multiple free LLMs like Llama, Mistral, DeepSeek, and others. Also, we can develop custom workflows that can accommodate nature-based solutions problems using tools such as LangChain and LangGraph. We can, in addition to that, integrate relevant data sources using similar tools and RAG system and tools like Llama Index, for example. And for more complex workflows, which are involved in the nature-based solution implementation and design, we could use multi-agent systems such as Crew AI, for example. Right now, they are mostly applied in the business, but why not apply them here? We could also apply systems like Autogen, but generally, I believe that probably Crew AI would be the most relevant here, and it will be also more available to people with less technical skills. In addition to that, yeah, we generally need actually vector databases to support all the systems, but there are many of them which are open source, such as ChromaDB, FIS, and so on. Of course, these are not all databases. Some of them are vector stores, but it doesn't matter for now. And we also have even no-code solutions such as Autogen Studio, Flowwise, and LangFlow. Some of them are also open source, so generally it is all available. So just we need to take the holistic approach and implement this idea. So thank you for your attention. Hope you enjoyed my presentation.
Yes, it was truly a very nice presentation. Again, good ideas to work upon. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't have any specific questions. So, Professor Erlak, if you want to ask anything.
Yeah, I have a real quick question. In your research so far and your experience with industry, which was the most impressive application that you have ever seen? Either in the literature or in the practice, which one was the most impressive, which was impressed you the most?
You mean implementation of nature-based solution in general, or implementation of AI together with nature-based?
AI for nature-based solutions.
Yeah, so I believe that probably yeah, the most impressive implementation again comes from Sweden. So they are now implementing this digital twins for design of nature-based solutions, and they have even developed a free framework for this purpose. So again, the things are moving very quickly, and probably very soon the technology that they are right now applying will become a little bit obsolete, but the idea is very interesting, and they are pioneering in application of these tools for nature-based solutions.
All right. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. With this, we come to the end of our session. I sincerely thank all authors for their excellent presentations and contribution in this session, and all our participants for being a part of this international conference. I hope this session was informative enough. We, on behalf of the whole team, thank you for your support during this 10th version and all the previous 9 versions of the conference. We will be happy to have you in the 11th version in 2026. All the presenters would be getting their digital certificate through email within 2 working days. Further, all the presentations have already been forwarded to the Springer. The publication will be live within 6 months. Kindly cooperate with the team of ICICT 2025. I would also like to thank our session chair, Dr. Etrick. One second, we have a token of appreciation from our end, sir. We like to show the certification. Professor Etik, do we have any closing remarks, sir, from your end?
I'm all good. Thank you so much. It was a very diversified session, and I learned a lot of new things from the valuable presentations. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. And second certification for Professor Vijay Singh Rathore. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing our session. Do we have any closing remarks from your end?
Yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity to chair this session, and all the papers were very much informative and good. So I congratulate all the presenters for the same. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I request all the presenters and our chairs to kindly switch on to your cameras so that we can take a quick snapshot of our virtual session. Requesting all to kindly switch on to your cameras for a quick snapshot of our virtual session. Thank you so much. We can all log out. We'll meet you in the next session. Thank you so much.